Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we are pretty much just hovering around. It is rather big swings. We are waiting for CPI data. We've got midterm elections underway, and we still have noise coming out of China as well. So right now, there is your triangle. So basically, all that's happening is we're getting these big swings, and it's just slowly getting down into smaller swings. So right now, I think you need to wait for CPI data. And key thing here, just delete that, is if we just go back in time, and you will see most of the big swings have been as a result of CPI data. So most of the big turns down have been as a result of CPI data. So every month you can see big moves as a result of CPI data. So you can see if you look at it on the daily, it's really a little bit confused. You can see all the other times we sort of had good feelings, good vibes, and then bad data. Same here, bad data. This month, well, last month was kind of muted because CPI data was as expected, and we sort of just hovered up a little bit, but now we are still in amongst moving averages. Look at the oscillators, they have separated and does look like they're crossing over. So there is indication here that we should be paying attention to this, that we could get some kind of a move to the upside. But when you start drilling down through the time frames, you start, as I said yesterday, you start getting a different picture. See the 8 hour, we've crossed over, we're pointing down, which is indicating a potential move to the downside. If we get to the 3 hour, you'll see we've already finished the move to the downside. We have basically a separation of the oscillators, and one of them starting to swing. So that's just brewing. We've also got quite a bit of support, potential support in this area as well. So just going to fine tune this level. And if you just go back in time, you'll see there's a lot of interaction with this level right here, which is 37.40. So moving averages are kind of flat. They've crossed over bearish now as well, but they're flat in my opinion. So there's nothing really indicating which way we're going to swing now. We look at the hour. We've had a fairly strong trend to the upside, and then yesterday we sort of just meandered down during the European session, and then we had a pretty strong break during the US session. So from a futures perspective, we basically moved 2.2% to the downside. I suppose that's nothing much in the current volatility that we're seeing at the moment. But I think the key thing here is above and below moving averages. We need some kind of a rejection. So moral of today's story is quite simple. I want to see a rejection of 37.89 for a move to the downside, and alternatively I want to see us get support above here for a move to the upside. These diagonals are probably going to hold us up either way tomorrow, because we've still got elections coming. We're still waiting for some election results as well. So regardless of what CPI does, unless it's a really bad print, if it's a really bad print, then you expect a pretty easy break below these this zone here where you've got a trend line and you've got support. If it's kind of as expected, then you're just going to this triangle is going to continue through today and tomorrow. So that's kind of my view today. It's really just another sit on hands day. Wait for some structure, and if we can get that structure, then there's definitely opportunity to jump in on this. One thing I do want to point out here is just on a 5-minute chart, just to show you, there's always opportunity to trade. You can see how we above and below the moving averages, above and below, above and below. We get a crossover here. We still don't sort of reject the moving averages. There is a clear structure here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you call that 5. So there's clear structure here. We've broken through it. There would have been people that would have been short here with a stop there. It would have been stopped out. Okay, it could have gone up there, which you would have been okay. But the thing is, when we keep talking about wait for the 155 to be tested. You can see that's not a successful test, that's not a successful test, and we're still above and below this level. Here was the first attempt, which was a reasonable one. So, entry there, stop there, or stop up there. So we've got moving, and there is another one. You can see inside bar, range bar, testing that level again. We know it's a strong level. That was your other area to get in short, and I think this was just at the market open, which is always it's quarter to 3, quarter to 4, just after the market open. So that first half hour of the market up and down, and then gets the structure, and then there was your signal to get short. So on the lower time frames, there's definitely opportunities. You just need to sit and watch it rather than just glance every now and then when you're trading the higher time frames. Anyway, for me, this is my level at the moment, 37.89. If we find support there, if we find resistance there, definitely a move back down to 37.40 and ultimately 37.30 as well. If we get above this, then I would expect us to come and tag this level here at 38.19 that we flirted with all day yesterday, and pretty much the day before we were flirting around that level. If we get above that, then you're looking for 38.51. My advice today is quite simple as well. Wait for the data, wait for CPI to print. If it's as expected, then just wait for the algorithms to finish their nonsense, and then you'll be able to see if there's a direction going in. And I would expect it to continue drifting until we get some election results out, or confirmed election results out. I would expect it to just continue just drifting sideways to down until that happens. If CPI is a really positive print, expect a volatile move to the upside. So that's the other thing you need to pay attention to. So anyway, that's kind of my view today. It's really sit and wait to see what CPI does, and I'd even wait so that 15 to 30 minutes after the data is printed to start checking to see what direction we're going in. And probably a good idea just to let the data come out and then wait for the market to actually open before picking a direction. But lots of bearish signals and 1 or 2 bullish signals as well. So same as yesterday, it's too much confusion for me. So we are sitting tight. We'll wait for that data and see if we get some sort of structure after that. Anyway, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.